Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today, I have another cover-up to share with you. Before we get into that, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, and my merch store to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Those links are in the description below. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeffrey Nadolny. They are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes. The links to those are also in the description as well. Now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's get on with today's upload. Shall we? Briefly, before we get into today's upload. Yesterday, apparently, there was some people who were in the comment section questioning my intelligence and capability of speaking and reading. I was going through a really hard time yesterday. My brain was going about 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I actually re-listened to it, and it wasn't that bad. On top of my channel, I'm a single dad, and both my daughters go to 2 different schools that start at 2 different days, so I'm going like 1,000,000 miles an hour constantly. And the comment section is meant for those people who are either subscribed or have not subscribed yet and want to discuss our views on cryptozoology civilly. So if you cannot do that, then don't comment, because from now on I'm going to block and delete you. I looked at a couple of you, and you were not from my channel initially. You belong to 2 different channels, and one who has publicly talked smack about me many times. So just stay over there and, shame him, because, I mean, if you think I suck, then I don't know what you think about that person, but just stay off of my channel. We are doing great here, and we don't need any bullshit. So I apologize to everybody else who acts civil. I shouldn't have to do this. We are adults. I feel like I'm a kindergarten teacher, for God's sakes. Anyway, moving on. This is a very mysterious missing person / found deceased case. Published on September 3rd, 2021. Authorities are searching for a Richmond, Virginia woman who was last seen in Glacier National Park in Montana earlier this week. Jennifer Jen Coleman is believed to have been hiking around Logan Pass on Monday or Tuesday. She is 5 foot 6 inches tall, weighs 135 pounds, and has blonde shoulder-length hair and blue eyes. She was last heard from at around noon Monday, according to the AWARE, or AWARE Foundation, an organization that assists in locating missing people. According to a Montana TV station, park rangers found Coleman's car in the Logan Pass parking lot this week. A local newspaper reported that Coleman could have been hiking the Highline Trail. Park officials are seeking information from anyone who may have seen her in a particular area in order to focus their search efforts. The AWARE Foundation said a welfare check was done at her campsite by a local sheriff's office, where they discovered her belongings. Coleman was on vacation and was set to pick up her dogs from a boarding facility the following day, but she never showed up to get them. According to a missing persons poster, the boarding facility contacted her family when her dogs were not picked up. She was wearing a watch enabled with GPS that was synced to her cell phone, but her phone appears to be dead. Park rangers and helicopters are being used to search for Coleman. Coleman's LinkedIn profile describes her as a director of compliance and enforcement at the Virginia Department of Health. If anyone has information on Coleman's disappearance, please call the Glacier National Park tip line at 406-888-7077. This is not the first case of someone disappearing in a national park this summer. Kane McLaughlin, 27, went hiking in Grand Teton National Park earlier this year and hasn't been seen since. Tatum Morrill, 23, went missing in the Beartooth Mountains, but she was later found deceased. The next news article was some 2 days later, September 5th, 2021. The body of Jennifer Coleman, who was reported missing last Wednesday, was found in Glacier National Park on Sunday afternoon, park officials said in a news release. The release said Coleman was found in a steep and rocky area near the Continental Divide. Air operations were halted on Sunday due to high winds, and rescuers will recover her body when weather conditions permit. The cause of Coleman's death is under investigation. By Sunday, as many as 50 personnel had joined the search that began after park officials found Coleman's vehicle in Logan Pass parking lot Wednesday afternoon. Park officials thanked the public for its response to the tip line and said in a release, although the end result was not the one searchers hoped for, public tips were key to a faster resolution of the search. Glacier National Park would also like to thank Flathead County Sheriff's Department, Glacier County Sheriff's Department, Two Bear Air Rescue, and the Flathead National Forest for their cooperation and support. We will update this story with any additional information received. The next article is from the 6th, pretty similar, but a little more information. The body of missing Richmond, Virginia woman was found at Glacier National Park in Montana, according to the National Park Service. Jennifer Coleman's body was found Sunday afternoon in a steep and rocky area near the Continental Divide. The agency said in a release, Coleman, 34, was believed to have been hiking around Logan Pass on August 30th or August 31st, according to a tweet. She was reported missing on September 1st, and the search for her began that afternoon when park officials found her vehicle in the Logan Pass parking lot. The Park Service said in their release, her cause of death is under investigation. Logan Pass is the highest elevation in the park that can be reached by car. Last year, a 20-year-old climber from Wichita, Kansas, died after falling from nearby Dragon's Tail Ridge. About 50 search and rescue personnel were involved in the search for Coleman on Sunday. The release states Glacier National Park officials credit the public tip line for a faster resolution of the search. Coleman's father issued a statement of thanks for the public support of the family. Many thanks to everyone for the kind words, prayers, and messages, Hal Coleman states. People have been blessing to us. We are thankful and appreciative from the bottom of our hearts. No words to describe our grief. And then the most recent update, September 7th. A hiker from Richmond, Virginia was found dead in Montana's Glacier National Park days after she was reported missing, officials say. The woman, Jennifer Jen Coleman, 34, was hiking around Logan Pass on Monday or Tuesday of last week when she disappeared. The park tweets. She was reported missing Wednesday after park officials found her vehicle in Logan Pass parking lot. A search continued throughout the weekend involving 50 personnel. It ended Sunday when she was discovered deceased in a steep and rocky area near the Continental Divide. The National Park Service states. The determination of death is pending. Rescuers will retract Coleman's body when the weather conditions permit, the Park Service said. Air operations were halted today, September 5th, due to high winds in the incident area. It's not clear whether the body has been retrieved, The Park Service did not immediately respond to a request for comment Tuesday. Coleman's father, Hal Coleman, released a statement Monday through the AWARE, or AWARE Foundation, which promotes safety awareness and helps find missing and endangered people. People have been a blessing to us. We are thankful and appreciative to the bottom of our hearts. No words to describe the grief, said Coleman, the foundation's treasurer. The Logan Pass is extremely popular with tourists, the Park Service said. Many visitors go take photographs and see the wildlife before they hike two of the area's most popular trails, the Hidden Lake Trail and the Highline Trail. Now, looking at best hikes in Glacier National Park. Number 1 is the Hidden Lake Overlook, the Hidden Lake, the Avalanche Lake, Highline Trail, Hidden Lake Trail, Granite Park Chalet, Iceberg Lake, Trail of Cedars National Trail. These are, well, let's see what All Trails has to say about the level of difficulty first of the Hidden Lake Trail. Hidden Lake Trail is 5.3 miles of heavily trafficked out and back trail located in Montana. It's kid-friendly. Forest, lake, views, wildflowers, wildlife. There's a fee, no dogs. Give me 1 second. As I'm reading the Google kind of reviews, September 8th, 2021, trail was closed when we went around 4:20 today, but yesterday my mom had went and had nothing but great things to say. Today the trail is closed. Wednesday, 9 through 8, trail is closed again due to grizzlies and cubs. Rangers stated they needed to go 3 days with no activity before reopening. Isn't that funny? The newspaper mentions nothing about grizzlies, but the park rangers tell people when they are there and turned away that grizzlies are responsible. Yet the paper states that everything's okay. Anytime a bear, trail closed due to bear activity on September 6th. This is right around the time that they are trying to get this woman's body out of this area, but the trail's closed. Yet, none of these articles are mentioning anything about a bear. Very strange. Very strange. The Highline Trail, Logan Pass to Granite Park Chalet, is 14.5 mile, heavily trafficked. Backpacking, camping, hiking, forest, river, views, wildflowers, wildlife, rocky, fee, and no dogs. Let's see what the comments say, if we've got any. Hiked on September 8th, 2021. Some smoke on that day, but still a fun hike. At 7 a.m., saw a bighorn, mountain goat, and a Columbian ground squirrel. On the 7th, great trail, saw some deer, ram, and goat. Did it on Labor Day weekend, started around 2-ish. When the early morning hikers were returning, we were able to get the parking at Logan's Pass. We went until Haystack Butte, which is around 3 miles one way. The views were mesmerizing. No mention of bear here, and the trail seems to be open. We did 3.5 miles in and out, and the terrain was mostly flat except near Haystack. Would recommend getting to the parking lot by Logan Pass by 6:40 in the morning. On September 6th, long but not difficult. Avoid if you are afraid of heights. The smoke is quite bad. When we went out, we didn't have any great views. So on alltrails.com, these are the 2 trails she was believed to hike on. And I just scrolled both reviews from date that she was supposed to be on there, Jennifer Coleman, to just recently, and nothing. This one is very strange though. I don't know if it means anything, but we hiked this trail on Tuesday, August 31st. I am 63 years old, and this was my 3rd time. The last time was 25 years ago. I am convinced there is no other trail like it in our country for sure. Of course, the views were amazing, and the feeling you get at the very top of the mountain is surreal. We had no smoke obstructing our view. We ran right into a bighorn sheep who was right on our trail. We saw 5 bighorn sheep, a mountain goat family, from the distance, all hanging out on a sheer cliff, a fissure, and a psycho deer that followed us right down the loop descent for about a mile. That is a little strange because, well, deer usually don't follow people. I'm not going to read into it, but maybe my head will later. Now, another thing about this is they were talking about wind and weather. The weather was not bad from the date of the 30th till today. I'm looking at the temperatures and wind. We're talking 82 on the 30th. On the 4th, it was 79. On the 5th, it was 87. Very little wind. 5 to 6 miles an hour wind. That's on the 5th, when they said the search was halted. Here's my thing, guys. I just shared with you about what the newspapers told us. They never mentioned bears on any of these trails, yet a website specific for hiking, in their comments and reviews, mentioned one place, one trail was completely cut off and shut down because of bear. The other trail that she's supposedly been on, the High Line, no bear. Hidden Lake Trail, bear. But yet now in the articles, it's wind. Something is not right there. I'm not reading between the lines on this one, guys. This is facts. This is solid friggin' facts. This is news articles and then people that actually left reviews. Multiple people. And there's a discrepancy between the two. Something is not right. I don't believe that it was bear, and I most certainly don't believe that, I don't believe it was wind, that they couldn't get to her. And I don't believe that the park rangers were afraid that bears were in the area. I think they knew what was in the area. And in my head, I'm 100% that the Dogman or Sasquatch was related. Just in case someone saw it. You know, the news articles are easy to say wind because we, the people here, wherever we may be, New York, Oklahoma, Florida, Kansas, Minnesota, we're reading this online. We're not there. Yet the hikers are there. They're getting ready. They're parked at Logan Pass, getting ready to go in. Oh, you can't go there. Bear. No, trail's closed, guys. Why would they say bear? Well, just because maybe one of these people are talking to a park ranger and a brown, large creature just happens to be sighted in the distance. Well, that was a bear. And it didn't look like a bear, but it was a bear. Oh, well, that bear was standing 7 to 8 feet tall, running on its back legs. Oh, that was a bear. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Let me get back in my car and go back home. Bullshit. This isn't right. They're going to keep doing it. We need to fight this. We need to, no matter what. Because we, the people, are the ones that matter. All right. Well, I shared with you the newspapers. I shared with you real reviews from these hiking areas. One last thing, though. One last thing I want to check. I wanted to see the distance between the two, but I'm looking at a map, and these two trails, Hidden Lake and Highline, judging from a map that I'm looking at hikingglacier.com, they don't connect, but they cross over each other, if that makes any sense. There's no connection. Maybe there is like a brief connection, like the trails cross over on each other at an X meets the spot, or like a cross kind of. But they're right there. So if Hidden Lake Trail is closed because of bear, and Highline Trail intersects it at a point, wouldn't they close that as well? Yet nobody's seeing any bear. They're seeing mountain goat, sheep, this and that, a psycho deer. That's kind of fucked up. But no bear. Our brains are meant to work, and our brains are meant to ask questions. They're meant to come up with questions for our mouths to ask. And when we stop doing that is when we become food for an apex predator. I don't want anyone to become food for an apex predator anymore. We need to stop this. We need to figure out how. And honestly, at this point, I don't know how. I don't. I have no suggestions how. I don't know a person who can. And I know that sounds strange because of who we know on the channel, but I don't think they can either. I think that was below their pay grade at one point, to be honest. That's just me, though. With that, I want to thank everybody for all the support. I want everyone to be careful. I want everyone to be kind to each other. Farewell.